Hey, y'all, good evening. 9/8/2020. Thanks for joining me. Tonight's message, word topic. Tonight's word topic is compassion. So, what is compassion? My friend Merriam-Webster says compassion is a sympathetic consciousness of others' distress together with desire to alleviate it. Alleviate or eliminate, get rid of. All right. So, what is God's compassion? As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. The Lord is gracious and righteous. Our God is full of compassion. Let your compassion come to me that I may live, for your light is my delight. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. We all need love. It's one of the favorite words. It's the one thing that can heal the world, heal everybody's hearts, take the darkness out of everyone's lives, right? It's about love, coming together, being compassionate, being righteous, right? With ourselves and others. I'm getting a little bit off topic, but anyway, what are 7 ways to be more compassionate? Number 1, fight against selfish ambition. The more selfishly ambitious you are, the less compassionate you will be. Just check out the disciples in the Gospels. Number 2, put off self-righteous spirit. In Luke 18, Jesus talked about those who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and treated others with contempt. The two go together. Number 3, love your neighbor as yourself. In other words, take the way you show compassion to yourself and use it as a model for the way you should show compassion to others. A simple way is to begin, slow down. Actually try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and view life from their eyes, right? It's about looking at it through somebody else's glass. We talked about that not too long ago. All comes together. Number 4, well, maybe it's the repetition and then hearing it so many times. I think God does that so we understand it better. It's like a flag. Anyway, number 4, spend time meditating on the law of God and not just on your own little rules. We like our own little rules because we can keep them, and when we can keep them, others can't. We feel like we are better than they are and have a hard time showing compassion. A good long study of actual law of God won't let us do that. It will break us and show us how desperately needy we are for compassion of God. Number 5, set God apart in your heart. One of the reasons we don't show compassion to others is because we have ourselves at the center of our world. But we are really not at the center of the world. God is. And He is up to something much bigger than simply exalting us. He is interested in more than just us. The other reason, or the other person, the one you don't even notice, He is actually interested in them. He created them after all. They are made in His image, and you can't start thinking you are so important that you don't at least respect that. Number 6, believe in God. Fear often keeps us from showing compassion. But if there was God who was in control and was actively seeking our good and was able to administer justice perfectly at the end of time, how would you act then? Well, that's exactly the way the universe is. There is a God who is in control and all that. So believe it and prove it by acting towards others, not on the basis of fear, but faith. Number 7, pray that God Himself will break you. It is a lot more difficult to be haughty towards others than God Himself has brought you to your knees. Okay, So what are some Bible verses about compassion? Number 1, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. Be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you. Second one, let's see here. Mark chapter 6, verse 34 says, when he went ashore, he saw a great crowd, and he had compassion on them, because they were like sheep without a shepherd, and he began to teach them many things. Awesome. All right, Galatians chapter 6, verse 2 says, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Genesis chapter 6, verse 6, and the Lord was sorry that he had made man on earth, and it grieved him to his heart. Compassion. You know, I have a big heart, and I love everybody. Sometimes having that big heart, people take advantage of that, right? So by doing the right thing, sometimes you're taking advantage of all of us, right? When you do the right thing, you'll always find a way to get through whatever it is you need to get through. You'll have the strength. You'll have the courage. You'll have the grace. Because when you're walking in God's light, there's nothing better. God bless you all. I love you all. God bless our country. God bless our president. Be well tonight. Join me tomorrow.